fellow friends and philosophians, and welcome back to the channel. Had some audio issues there for a minute. And Reclusey, thanks for the follow, and the Game of Chess on Discord. Yeah, I think everything's running. Okay. Just want to make sure everything was running right. Alright, and let's get back to Holiday and see if this let me, if it puts me back where I saved, or if it takes me all the way back to the bench. Oh no. It's as I feared. Well. I feel like I can't hear anything on the... Oh, there it is. I turned the volume down on my headset. I couldn't have it any audio. I was like, did the game lose audio? That's rather unfortunate. Alright. So I suppose... by gathering all of this extra geo. Whoop, gotcha. Should probably make a quick run to the... Oh. Well, the kids have decided to knock stuff down. Ew. We should probably get under the fungal abyss. Ha! Magic Furl. Oh, acid. I don't think I need to fix my charm, do I? No. And down we go. And the abyss. Ow. Going to the Queen Station. Oh. I I know, I dashed into it. It happened. I saw it. Nope. Oh! Oh, wrong button. Then I paid the price. No, I wonder. Maybe there's not something further up here that I can get to now. Ow! Oh, a hollowness seal. So apparently I didn't get up there. There, now I can explore. Ah! Okay, go up to any of those walls. Oh, Pogo. Such a faster way to travel now. Keen to do some banking? Yes, I'd like to deposit, please. Okay, so we're going to make a slight detour. Because I think that there is a path I can take now. In the green path that I couldn't before. So I feel like we should do a little minor expedition. Because I've got a feeling... You cloudy bugger. There. Yep. Ah! Not that spot. But down here, yes. Oh, I wonder. Okay. Shoot. And now, super dash. Haha. Oh, I need a super dash. No, I haven't explored this way, so... This may take a minute. Shoot. My timing is currently impeccable. Oh! Ah, there's something. Here, there it is. Suppose we'll go ahead and rest. And now... Also wondering if I jump, use my soul thing, and then... Haha! It worked. Oh, good. It's not close enough. Shoot. Oh. Oh, I've got a pogo. Ow. Oh, I wonder what's down this path. Shoot. Where do rights come from? It's an excellent question. Well, a right is something we agree that we have. Let me ask you this. Can you see... Ah, crap. Can you see rights? Do you think rights are tangible or intangible? And also thank you for the chat. For Lucifer. Rights are social norms imposed by force. I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, in a sense, yes. But what is it that makes a right a right? Because I think those are more privileges. And as long as you enact within the social norm, you get to have those privileges. Well, we have two options. Okay, I'm listening. The will of the people or the will of the divine. But who gets to interpret the will of the divine? Shoot. I don't think I'm gonna get my regret back. Because yes, man can come together and come up with an idea of what they can agree is this is just gonna be bad. It is an excellent question for Lucifer. Oh, shoot. But think about it this way. So, God, its will is singular, the will of the people is varied. So, would you say that divine law or God's law would be a law that acts in accordance with nature? Oh, the pogo. Define nature. That's a good one. So, if we were to... Ah, crap. No! So, I would say that we could say it in regards to that there is a perceived nature. There are like natural laws and natural rights. But it would be more or less like you would do them and you would feel... As a side, try not to play a platforming... As a side note, trying to play a platformer and speak on philosophy is wild, my guy. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I just remembered that this was a path that I could explore now that I've gotten that dash from the Crystal Peak. Actually exploring the Waterways too. Like my little side adventure, it paid off for the last episode and, well, this one, before I lost audio. Okay, so So this was a record. So I had bought this when it was on sale, and then I had never played it. And then I was playing Crossout, and Drowsy Asteroid had gotten on there and asked me if I'd ever played Hollow Knight. I'm a grognard with my old war games. Ah, so what kind of old war games do you play? I'm currently trying to get an idea from the timing with these beetles, because I have to use them and Pogo. Otherwise, I'm going to die again. And that, sir, is the wisdom of the situation. On this occasion, it's going to be timing or nothing. Timing is everything. Okay, so I want to backtrack. I digress as well. I want to backtrack into giving an idea or giving an answer to what I think rights are. So, in my view, I classify thoughts, ideas, words. Those are what I would say are metaphysical aspects of the world. While philosophy states metaphysics is the study of reality, I think it applies for the things that are beyond physical nature, so they're intangible, but we still know that they exist. So, say you have a thought in your head and then you write it down on a piece of paper. You have now made that metaphysical representation into a physical representation. And say that's an idea for building something, and you design the plans and then build the thing. You've now made a structure out of a metaphysical idea. So when it comes to rights, these are thoughts that we think are things that we are God-given in a sense. So like take the... America is a good example of this. We have these God-given rights, right? And I'm going to air quote, even though you can't see my air quotes. But I'm going to air quote that. I also have a sense that there is a divine order of nature. As a thank you for my air quotes, Philosopher. He's like, I got you. I'll do it for you. And I agree that the rights are agreed upon by social norms. But does that make the right? And can those, if those rights can be infringed upon, are they really God-given rights? I think it begs a question. I don't know. I'll put Socrates. I don't know. I think it's more complex than what I think we simplify it. I think we simplify our idea of what rights are. I don't know if we have a complete... I have made it! See? Look, all I had to do was talk about rights. And it was the Hollow Knight's right to time the Beatles. Well, that worked out perfectly. Oh, what's this path go? So I don't know. What do you think? I think too many people make it convoluted. I do not disagree with that. Oh, and now I can cut this, and now I don't have to go through... Well, yeah, I do. I would still have to go through there. Alright, let's go see what's through that door. As I smack into a upraised platform. But that's also a good one. I'll have to add that to the thought wall. So I'd put this on the other episode, but here's a little something for you. So, have you ever thought about what is thought, or power, or society, money, virtue, will? What is hope? The soul? Are we an animal? Are we different from animals? What do you think existence is? What do you think time is? Or purpose? Or destiny? What does it mean to be a human being? Yes, in duality, two things can be true and contradictory at the same time. Said, your rights exist in as so much as you uphold them. However, there is also some divine intervention. All the basic questions and all the profound questions. Well, thank you. And who was calling me? Oh, that one is for my daughter. She'll call her. I've got my own theories on each one of these, but Taoism and Christianity needs to have a baby. That is perfect. That rancid egg is not worth it. No, well, I guess I'm gonna pick it up anyway. Whew, made it back up. I can't say I really like the look of any of this. Oh, that's no good. He stopped just in time. Does might make right? It's very Arthinian. Does might make right or might for right? That is an excellent question. Can it be right if you have to force it? It is very realistic. It is very realistic indeed, Philosopher. Let's see what's in this plate. Oh, it's a painter. Sometimes people don't know what's good for them. That is also true. While some people would say, oh, yourself is a case in point. If you don't mind me asking, how so? The Nail Master Shio. A visitor? Why have you crept in here, little grub? Perhaps, like me, you have a taste for discovering new things. I am Shio, and in my previous life, I was a nail master. Yes, the only thing that drove me was becoming stronger and honing my skills with a nail. I imagined it was my one calling in life, but that feeling faded over time. Now I seek a new calling, something that speaks to my soul and compels me forward. What is my duty to society, and does society owe me anything? That is an awesome... It's an awesome question. One that you would have to look within to find the answer. It's where I think meditation and philosophy they go hand in hand. Philosophy gives you the question, and then through meditation, no. Not just within, but without. Oh, I agree. Yeah. That's where the dualism comes in for Lucifer. That is well done. Because you have to follow how you feel within to change the without. Or to live in harmony with it. So, like the law of divine nature would exist within each and every one of us, and we could see the shadows, but it's up to us to accept that which is within to make it the same without. In a sense, I think. Unless we have two different ideas about what the without is. Feelings don't mean shit unless you use them to exert your will upon the world. I think I disagree with that. I think feelings and then But if you're using your feelings to exert your will upon the world, are you then following divine nature, or are you falling into the trap of man? How do you impose your will into the world? Well, I would say the fact that you exist creates that will. Well, do we have a natural will that exists within? So this is where that question would get kind of tricky, but also falls into what we're talking about with, is there a divine nature, or is it or divine law? So you would, if it follows divine law, then let's suppose it would also follow divine nature. So Hinduism talks about the Atman, and that is like the soul body that resides inside each and every living thing, and all of that's connected into the Brahma. I think the universe or God gives us the will to enact the will of it. I think, therefore, I am. That's Yeah, we struggle to accept its will. That is also agreed. This is fascinating though. Makes human beings kind of pawns in a sense. Your free will is to choose to live by divine will or man's will. Here's something. Okay, that's why I spend my time here secluded, trying to master the art of creation. Painting, sculpting, these things bring a different kind of pleasure. I think Shio actually has some dialogue that applies to this. As once a swordsmith, right? And you think swords are used for destruction, and now his new passion is building and sculpting, being creative. Or one can be seen as a negative, the other a positive. Why is the divine will different from our own? The ancients tried to be one with the divine, yet in modern times we reject it. God is dead, after all. And we men are his killers. The night watchman from Nietzsche, that is, in a sense. But if God is a metaphysical aspect, this idea that human beings have had from the beginning, which I will say, if you look at ancient cities, what divine games shall we invent? I like it. It gives me pondering. It does. I like it. Master the Great Slash. To concentrate energy into the nail and the release button, holding up or down to perform the Great Slash. So, my work, does it move you? The wielding of the nail, the wielding of a brush, these things are not so different. We cut the world so that we can peer deeper inside. For now, though, I have nothing more to teach you. Your path forwards, only you can see it. Good luck. You know, thinking of your response here, too. What games can we invent that portray divine will? Or at least our version of it. That's a good one, and I don't have an answer on that one. Too many people reject Nietzsche because of this or that, but he was the bridge between the old and the new, the god of the Byzantine and the god of industry. I do not disagree with that. It is a look at his the idea of the metamorphosis of the soul. Which is fascinating. It goes way deeper, in all honesty, than I think what I was prepared to get into. Honestly, I do appreciate it, but I also feel like for this particular branch of conversation, we would have to define like solid will and then move on to society and nature. I don't know. From Thus Spoke Zarathustra, yes. I do believe it's one of the first of the books. But I can't remember which one. But it's we had to be a camel laden with our beliefs, and then we go out into the desert. And there, we lose our false beliefs. So it's like the camel holding the water to dry out, and then the metamorphosis of the lion, I believe, is the second. No, the lion's how you challenge the dragon of thou shalt do versus I will do. The crucible of reality leads us back to the divine. Yes. Just as a philosophy conversation always leads back to usually the same question, just with new information revealed. So why did we kill God? Can you kill an idea? But if that idea still holds belief, is it really dead? You sure shit can. I don't know. I think if that was the case, that there are fail-safes that are built in. Good job. But what if God's just been sleeping? Or like the many ideals have been killed? Now that I can't disagree with. But as ideals are ideas, they're not really dead. I think they're just sleeping, waiting for people to start talking about them again. Words have power, my friend. And you are infinite potential in a finite body, capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. That is also true. We no longer sacrifice 10,000 people a year to make it rain as the Aztecs did. That is true. And we also don't go with their ideal to serve a purpose, but do we really know if it was... Well, I guess it was human sacrifice. Generally, it was the people that they had taken, tribes that they would take over or take prisoner of. So, I mean, it wasn't really their people, but it was still people. But then when you think of the story of Jesus, there used to be the sacrifice of the lamb. And once he died, that was supposed to remove the act of sacrifice out of religious ceremony. Going back even further and touching back to the ancient Greeks, you've got what of Islam? It still makes sacrifices to the will of Allah. I don't know if that's in their practice or not, so I can't verify or counteract that one. I didn't think they used animal sacrifice, but if they followed like old Judaism, it's possible. Many modern people don't want to accept how medieval Islam still is. Is it medieval? Or is it just... So, that would be the issue with Islam. The same with the issue of Judaism. Not talking animal, more human. So you think those that practice Islam also practice human sacrifice? Or are you talking about the idea of the jihad, the holy war? Because even then, if it's in the jihadic sense, they're not actually engaging in the holy war the way it's supposed to be fought, in theory. Because they were supposed to be the protectors of the first tribe, which was Judea, and then guide the people who followed the way of the book, which was supposed to represent Christians, but the book's been corrupted. You have to forgive me, it's been years since I read the Quran. Oh, that's an awesome drawing. But I would personally have to do some research into that in regards to human sacrifice. So unless it's the misconception of what the Holy War is supposed to be. But even then, I mean, it may not be sacrifice, but what's going on currently between Israel and Palestine, that's been going on since, pre-1945, has kind of the same context. Is it right for them to do what they're doing to the Palestinians because they believe the divine right says their promised land goes all the way to the River Jordan and that should all be theirs? Well, Islamic holy war and extremists, not so much official sacrifice, but killing in the name of God is still sacrifice, but with extra steps. Now, couldn't you say that Christians did the same thing with the holy wars, or the killing of Muslims in Israel, for them to take back the promised land? Killing in the name of the true God compared to the Islamic God? If you look, all three gods are the same. We did, but it's not 1120. Okay, I agree. Well done. Yes. And granted, also by this point, you know, the two brothers should be able to resolve their differences, and they shouldn't still be fighting over the divine gift. Because what if they both got the gift and that's the trick, you know? There was no gift. The gift was if you believed the gift was there. Well, that's the other thing. I feel like it's hard to justify a God that calls for the sacrifice of individuals. Like, I could see calling upon your God for Christianity moved beyond it all 300 years ago. Islam hasn't. I can't agree or disagree with that. And I don't know enough. Let me ask you this. Sure. That's what I'm here for. I do appreciate this conversation. Would you rather live in Pakistan or Canada? It'd be warmer in Pakistan than Canada. Culturally, I guess it would be easier to live in Canada. But Pakistan is rich in history. And I don't know. Maybe if I knew the language enough and conveyed myself the same as I do now through philosophy, I might get along or might end up, you know, having the same fate as Socrates. Don't make me send you average jobs in Pakistan. It's a YouTube video. Be real now. I'm being real. I haven't not been real. I just... So, if it was convenience-wise, it would probably be easier for me to live in Canada. You're not, or you're ignorant. Oh. Thank you. I'm debating the pros and cons, you know. But I agree. Yes, it would be not so great for my own personal safety to live in Pakistan. probably. But I also can't help that my forefathers fucked a bunch of shit up. And same with them. Like, it's... So our problems aren't shipbreakers in Pakistan. For you, Philosopher, I will. I've got my phone by me. Let's go ahead. Alright, let's see. This whole thing about the Gadanani shipbreaking yard, the world's third largest shipbreaking yard located. Hmm. So they salvaged the metal and then... Oh please, I'm so tired of the white man imperialists fucked my country. That's not exactly what I'm saying. I can't undo history, unfortunately, or say that we've been... So I would say that the world entered a very difficult state between with the death of philosophy. I also can't justify or not justify what people other than myself do. That is true. Australia was a prison colony, and they made it work. But I mean, it's also not like the British Empire was going to get anything out of Australia, so you could kind of say that it worked out for them because they had nothing to offer the king. So they were just like, you can have your independence because there's nothing down there we want. Just say you're from Britain. That had a lot. Well, I think I may have to do more research into that one as well. But that's also like them sending, the debtors from the debtor prisons to help immigrate the United States. Also, what the United States did wasn't, the greatest for the Native Americans. Which I no, I really like their the not the story about what happened, but the stories of the tribes and their idea between spiritualism and shamanism, mysticism. Fuck BRB in real life. This has been good. Well, thank you, Philosopher. It has been good. I don't know if I've got the answers that you're seeking. Um, but as always, it always raises more questions. But I appreciate you stopping by, and remember, you are infinite potential in a finite body, capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. Wait a minute. The banker left. Why did the banker leave?
Because he abandoned.
I don't know. The banker usually doesn't leave. At least I don't think she left. She's never left before.
No. She was tired of being a banker.
Apparently, she's decided to stop being a banker and abandon her post.
She was like...
With all of my geo. She took off.
Wow, she's a thief.
Yep. Not quite a banker, but a thief. A thief indeed. I did. There's some things to reflect on. Gotta go fix my charm. Yeah, because I died. But I did learn a new slash, the Great Slash.
Oh, there's fireflies.
That's the Cyclone.
That's fireflies.
Yes, fireflies. Oh. No? I have to work on getting the... Nope. Nope. And still no. That's one. Huh? There's two. So it's got to be like a diagonal kind of push. Because if it's... Nope. Nope. There it is. That's another one. No, that's just part of the background. Those fireflies aren't. Okay. I need to work on it, but I think that that's going to be... Oh, nice. I almost went in the acid, and then I did not.
That's acid?
Yeah, that's why it bubbles.
Don't go into the acid.
I wasn't planning on it. But thanks, little one.
You're welcome.
All right. Hmm?
I said so more people have came and watched the whole stream.
I believe so.
Yes.
Oh, it jumped. Hmm. I am. I'm sitting here pondering my conversation with Philosopher. That's why I've gone quiet. So like, could I make it work if I lived in Pakistan? Like, would there be a way to do it?
Probably, probably not. Honestly, probably not.
Ooh, the warrior. No. Not ready to challenge you, Elder Who.
Who?
Who? Well, him. Him is who.
This isn't Dr. Seuss. Or Dr. Seuss it is? Oh, no.
The banker ran away with all of my geo. I don't know where she went, but she left.
She's at Stand
How do I not have that door open?
still. I am. No. Standing still.
Oh, acid. So
do mosquitoes and ticks. Ticks give you Lyme disease. Lyme
I
disease
wonder.
is bad.
Whenever there's how I got into the City of Tears, then we're Waterways.
Wow.
I wonder if that leads to an upper portion of the City of Tears. Alright. Sacrifice for the good of the mushroom kind. Can't explore that area yet. Back! Or as it was spelled, fuck. Good to see you again. I've actually been sitting here kind of pondering our conversation. Wrong time to heal. Oh yeah. Need another smoke and another beer. All things in moderation. Alright, hit me with the fun fact, Philosopher. Gonna light myself a smoke. Who implemented the metric system? Offhand, on the top of my head answer would be Britain. I want to say the UK started the metric system. But I feel like there's more to that. So I can't say I know who exactly did it. Napoleon? Ah, well, wouldn't that be? Would kind of make sense, actually. So how does that story go? Or I should say the lore of Napoleon and the metric system. That super dash is the best way of travel. Huh. He unified continental Europe with a single code of laws and measurements. I was not aware of that. I mean, I know that during his conquest he did unify the places that he was taking. But I can say that I didn't know that he was responsible for implementing the metric system. Well, that's awesome. Thank you for teaching me something new for the day. And I'll have to look it up to learn more about that. Yes, he was a very influential. French Emperor. Yes, and he also engaged in one of the major mistakes that those that have tried to conquer the world usually do, and take Russia. Instead of consolidating and, planning out a little more effectively. To win, you must risk big. Ah, yes, just as in the game of Risk. But sometimes, how big is too big? What is too much of a risk? Should you risk your goal without proper planning? Oh, this is not the... Oh, yeah, it is. This will take me to the City of Tears. Wait a minute, did I... Is there another doorway and I never explored that other doorway? I have not. Oh, never mind, I guess I have. Because there was a mass shard there. Oops. I know one thing. Caesar, Napoleon, Alexander will long be remembered beyond the purple-haired angry ones of Twitter. I will agree. And also that the wisest man is the man who can admit that he knows nothing, or when they know nothing. Never be ashamed to say that you don't know. Or laugh at confused people, for they are either moving from a point of understanding to complexity, or from complexity to a place of understanding. Or a state of confusion to a state of understanding. I think that's how the phrase goes. And I do agree with you. I feel like they will be long remembered over people that get angry on Twitter. Well, I remember when it was called Twitter. It's what, X now? Used to be a little bird and you would do tweets. I used to tweet. Well, what do you define as old boomer music? Because, I mean, there's some old, like, country bluegrass. I'm not a fan of country, but there are some country artists are like Full on the Hill. Yes, I grew up with the Beatles. There's a good one. I Am the Walrus. The Eggman. Cuckoo Cachoo. Do you know about Lucy? She flew in the sky and had some diamonds. Something nowadays? As in, what was being conveyed in the song, or did they... Ah, alright. I will have to give it another listen. The sun going round, and the eyes in his head, see the world spinning around. I remember it, yeah. It is a good one. Yeah, now I've got it in my head. Thank you, Philosopher. I'm gonna have to listen to it, because it's going, but I'm missing the lyrics, so it's like half there. It just skips to the lines I know. I'm like, there's something in between that. My brain's like, no, not now. This is called confabulation with your imagination. But I do. I like the song. Oh yeah, and he never listens to them. He knows that they're fools, and they don't like him. The fool in the hill sees the sun going down, and the eyes in his head see the world spinning round. I can't jump at the moment. My hands were too busy. I turned over to read the chat. This is why you can't smoke and play a platformer, though. That does make it difficult. Nah, I don't think you're a fool. I think part of that has to deal with the fools. I'd see the fool on the hill think that he's the one that's the fool. So which one is the fool? The one that sits and watches how everything goes, but then again doesn't take action because it's not like he comes down from the hill? Or is it that the fools that are living their lives in the distraction of things? In a sense, they're both. Which might be the duality in the song. Now you're thinking... Thank you. That is... That's what I'm here for. It's been an awesome conversation. Bro, hit the shit and pass it? Man, what do you call this shit? I think it's called philosophy. This shit's fire! I'm high off a conversation. How is that? That's the other thing. So, speaking of music and, like, maybe different points in conversation, Does it ever make you feel a, like something on the inside? So what kind of music you like? Uh, Honestly, all kinds of music. I've listened, so for like the far reaches, would be like Akira Yamaki. Don't give me that. If it's got good lyrics, so like, take the Architects for example. I like their album For Those Who Wish to Exist, but I felt like the albums preceding that was going to be just, I guess the word is what, screamo, where it's more screaming and like hard rock, but you can't really understand the lyrics. And my buddy made a bet with me on it, and I'm like, that's why I haven't listened to him. Well, we went through the first three albums, and sure enough, everything except for like the last song of the third album, the one right before For Those That Wish to Exist came out, it's like he figured out he could sing, and he didn't have to yell all the time. uh, let's see, I also like Silent Theory, big into Silent Theory here lately. Everything back from like the Wallflowers, Johnny Cash, some Elvis. Give me a link. What would you like a link to? I mean, I don't know. It just like, yeah, some, but so like my grandma was a fan of it. What you're feeling like for this conversation, excitement, and um, kind of the rush that I would get through meditation, uh, a feeling of lightheartedness. Then give me something of that. Well, I can give you the phrase that you're infinite potential in a finite body, capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. And I will say, in personal experience, the more that I've been streaming and reciting that phrase, I've started to take it out into my in real life. So I'm an introvert. Like I don't usually go out to socialize. I'm one of the people that, like, if you come up to me, I'll talk to you, but I don't try and go out for attention. Like ah, a link to a song you're feeling right now. Oh, okay. I overthink things, hence the name Philosopher. My apologies. Oh, let me. So, all right, let's see if I can do this from the laptop. You're teaching me something new. Let's go with. Oh, phone sitting. Where are my stuff sitting? Let me see. All right, if this works, I should be able to send it through chat. Sending a link for a song. Oh, you're good, man. I'm trying to get, yes, copying, pasting the YouTube link.
The leader, President Trump trusts to fight for West Virginia. That's Shelley Moore County.
All right. Beliefs are the chains of the mind, and ideas are a reflection of the soul. And we'll now return. And while we wait for Lucifer to get back, we can continue exploring. Seems to be a path over here, actually. Over and down. We haven't had a chance to explore. Would be nice to be able to play some music on the stream. Have to look into doing that. Without copyright issues. Ah! Mosquito taunts me. I feel like there's a reason why I never explored this thing. Listen. The hunter. Tiny squib. You approach fearless. Are you a hunter like me? Do you feel the urge inside to stalk, to kill, to understand? Then take it, my journal. It will aid you. At first the text may seem difficult to discern, but a hunter will come to understand its words. The trees are speaking Vietnamese. Sounds like you've been talking to Darkseid. If you haven't listened to Atomic Darkseid, he has sent me that exact thing about the Lorax of the Vietnamese that are speaking, or that the trees are speaking Vietnamese.
I mean, they could be speaking, Trojan.
Maybe.
Or any Greek. Or cat. Or kitten.
Are they?
Or
Talking kitten? Okay, venture the depths of this land and slay its beasts. Prove yourself worthy to bear the mark of hunter. Yes, it is a reference to the Vietnam War. When you get older, yes, you'll learn about the Vietnam War. Vietnam War.
Did it happen when the American Revolution was happening?
No, it happened years later.
Or World War I?
No, past the World Wars.
Currently?
The Hunter's Journal.
Wow. You accessed something. Yay! New achievement. I'm kidding.
Have to be a fool to be tricked by a plant. Huh. Oh. Hmm. Yeah, they are, they're one of the... One of the bands I like listening to, or however you spell it. Half metal, half emo. Not saying it's bad. Oh, well, that's good. Otherwise, I'd have to mourn my taste in music and be like, no! Now I can't listen to it anymore because Philosopher said it was bad. And given that I just recently met this person, I instantly value and shape my opinions according to their wants and, and likes. It's just a parody on, I don't know, people. We seem to, kind of want to do things to make us feel liked. Gives us that dose of oxytocin. Das est verboten ja. I want to say it sounds German. Oh, you can only like what I like. That's a good way of saying it. Um, was that German? Or which language? That's what popped in my head. Then again, the S. Oh crap! The full eater got me. This verboten, ja. This is forbidden, yes. And yes, it's German. That's half the joke. I get it. That's good. That's well done. Dank. Yes, very dank. I like the best of plants. 9! I don't know if I know that. Oh, Don Key. Don Kai. Oh! I was definitely not pronouncing it right, but nope. It's not coming to mind. Can't do it. I was like, oh, it should sound like this, and it's not there. You almost got it on your second try. Alright, thank you. Hey, you know what's fucked? What's that? I'm not even German. It's almost like you use the worldwide information box that we have and could say it. Or maybe you would encounter German at some point in time. But that raises an interesting question. Can you only have knowledge based on your bloodline? If you're not German, is it wrong for you to try and learn German? Ah! No! Sorry, I was in the middle of a fight. I didn't get to keep reading what you were saying. Okay, and you know what's fucked? I'm not even German. I'm some history nerd from the Midwest of Merrick. Well, no. Oh well, it's a better question. Alright, what's the better question? Merca? Oh no! The girl! Why are you mad? You've never been mad before. I'm gonna say she probably remembered the rest of the song. Oh no. Okay, so why is cultural appropriation bad? Also, where kind of America is you from? Let me guess. Iowa? What makes you think Iowa? Sorry to mourn the small child that I used to talk to, and she went nuts. Your time zones and your tone make me sound like I'm from Iowa. Well, for me, it's 8 p.m. So I feel like they would have, it would be earlier in their day? No, I guess later in their day. I don't know. I don't know the time zone Iowa's in. Anyway, no, not Iowa. In the Midwest, just not Iowa. Guess that's better than Idaho. New York? No. Closer. Actually, yes, somewhere within that, the Big O state. No, you had it right. I was being discreet for stream. Yes. Nod, nod, hint, hint, wink, wink. I am not from that state. It can't all be Ohio. What do you mean? Not all of the... No, just somewhere from around that state. Bruh. Toledo, Cincy, Cleveland, Akron. Not one of the bigger cities. About 2 hours northwest of Columbus. Oh, so you're from Ohio. Alright. Nice. Nice to meet a fellow Ohioan. Ah, one of the, moved there. Where were you from originally? These are still not the places I need to go. I lived in 5 different states before I was 18. Really? Hmm. So no place in particular aside from Appalachia Americana. It's a very unique way of saying it. Currently trying to think of if there's any other place that I can explore here, but I don't think so. I think as of right now, I've explored everything that I can possibly explore, including all the new stuff. I don't think there's anything else that could be hidden, hopefully. I don't know, we'll find out. I once swam across the river down North Gallipolis because my one friend bet me $50. I couldn't. Ever been down to the river or up north or Erie? I have. I used to live around Kent. Went to school there, the river or the lake? Well, I grew up around the Muskingum. And then we lived close to the Cuyahoga River. But it was only probably about an hour drive to Lake Erie. I think it was only like 4 hours to Niagara. So we did end up taking a trip up to the falls, which was an amazing sight. Oh, currently I live closer to the Ohio River. I did grow up around the Muskingums. Oh, is that the river that you swam across for a $50 bet? Which is pretty impressive because the Ohio River is not a. It's got some strength to it. Current, as they say. Nice. Kudos. Is this where I need to drop down at? I don't think so. Oh, that's right. I've got the new spot unlocked. Oh, the bird! Keep forgetting about those. The birds in the city just suck. They are worse than pigeons. These pigeons of Hollow Knight are just horrible. Horribly explosive. Well, to be fair, I ended up 3 miles down on the river on the West Virginia side. I could see that, yes. Well, it'd be easier to swim down the river and not fight at the current than try to swim straight across it. So I'd say you made the better choice. The currents be strong, but you're a fool to fight it. Yes. Wise words indeed. And there was at least one solid truth spoken that day. Thank you, Philosopher. But I did it. I believe you did. It can be done. I miss my old hillbilly friends. Yeah, this one time. Alright, then if I go this way... He was definitely an angry noble. Alright. This one time, we took like, I don't know, 30 to 40 beer cans and nailed them to trees, then drove around my friend Dustin's ATV and tried to shoot them with a Glock. Trying to shoot a moving while stationary target. That's it's definitely a challenge. So how'd you guys do? Did you hit any of the beer cans? In the backwoods. That's where all the fun happens. In the backwoods. So... aside from angering the nobility of Hollow Nest... oh, this room's gonna be something. Or not. The room felt kind of anticlimactic. Wait a minute. I feel like that's a room I gotta fall down into. Oh, this guy. Oh, thank you. Well. I got 3 because I wanted to zoom with the ATV, got into the time challenge of it. Chase got 5, Dustin Sauce got 5, and Josh kinda got 5. Or kinda got 6. Not bad. Like 6 got Josh. Like Josh got 6, but he was super slow. They were all slow. So it wasn't as much of a challenge as when you were doing it. I think I won because I got it in half the time. Oh. There's a way to look at it. You did the course faster. Maybe less accuracy, but faster. Which, you know, I think would be more relatable if you had to, you know, actually fire while driving. Career chase was like 30 seconds off mine. No, I don't know. I might just void everything now for Philosopher. This guy's not about. Ow! Must utilize Pogo. Okay, so yeah, that would be. I think your 3 may have a higher count. You can't stop rule 3.
But you can.
Because physics. Oh, that just put me on the other. No, still too far up. I don't know if any of those things are cool. Little one. Rule 2. Only shoot a beer can. Because without rule 2, or is it kind of like a what the fly situation? Like, well, I can drive, but I can shoot at people too. It was a Glock. It wasn't. Rule 1 was fucking do it. We've got 3 rules. The first rule, you gotta fucking do it. The second rule, only shoot at beer cans, not moving human targets.
Yeah.
Rule number 3, you can't stop. I feel like it's a moving fight club. Except with slightly more complex rules. Alright, what's your thing to say?
It's on fire. The photo we saved for it about the work put out.
Your words or your laughter, my dear? Hey, another stag! Man, if everyone had Prey hillbilly friends, the world would be a better place. Oh, thanks for the heads up. It's super to get super coffee again. It was a half an hour before that happened. Alright, I'm gonna have to broadcast on this one, but we'll pick it back up. I gotta reset the router. this stuff, and yep, we're gonna turn off the phone again. You. It's one of the only ones. This philosophy program was brought to you by nothing that became so